Listen up. I'm about to tell you something real, something that will either change your life or confirm why you're stuck. You see, we all want success, right? We all want the dreams, the respect, the freedom. But here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. Motivation ain't enough. Motivation is like a firework, bright and loud for a second, then gone. If you wait to feel like it, if you wait for the perfect moment, you're already losing. Because success is built on one thing, action. Not sometimes, not when it's easy, but when it's hard. When your mind screams stop and your body wants to quit, that's when you force yourself. That's when you prove who you really are. You want that fire, that success, that breakthrough, but here's where most people get it wrong. They wait. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for the feeling, the mood, the right moment to hit them like a lightning bolt. But motivation is a liar. It's a spark that flickers and dies when the storm comes. It's a feeling that disappears the moment the alarm rings or when the first obstacle shows up. And if you're waiting for motivation to get started, you might as well be waiting for a bus that's never coming. See, success isn't about waiting to feel ready. It's about getting ready by doing. Discipline, that's the real game changer. Discipline is the muscle you build when you force yourself to act even when you don't want to. It's showing up when your body says no, when your mind says quit, when your heart is tired. Discipline is the promise you make to yourself every single day to keep pushing. Because here's the truth. You don't need motivation to take the first step. You need commitment. You need to lock in and say, I'm going to move no matter how I feel. Most people believe motivation should drive action, but it's the other way around. Action creates motivation. When you force yourself to start just one small step, that movement creates momentum. And momentum turns into power. Power to overcome doubt, to silence fear, to crush excuses. When you sit waiting for motivation, you're stuck in a cycle of waiting, hoping, and dreaming without doing. But when you discipline yourself to act, you break that cycle. You build habits that don't rely on feelings. You build strength that lasts. Think about the times in your life when you did something difficult, not because you felt like it, but because you had to. Maybe it was waking up early to grind, pushing through a workout when every part of you begged for rest, or finishing a project when distractions were pulling you every which way. That feeling, that discipline, it wasn't easy, but it was necessary. Because greatness doesn't come from comfort zones. It comes from forcing yourself to show up even when the conditions aren't perfect. Discipline isn't just about willpower. It's about respect. Respect for your dreams, your goals, and yourself. When you discipline yourself to take action, you're telling the world you're serious. You're saying, I value my time. I respect my potential. And that respect turns into results. It's not about waiting for a sign or a miracle. It's about making your own miracle by putting one foot in front of the other every day, no matter what. Let me be clear. Forcing yourself to act is not about beating yourself up or pushing to the point of burnout. It's about consistency, patience, and persistence. It's about creating a routine so strong that even when motivation fades, your habits carry you forward. That's how you get through the days when you feel tired, lost, or defeated. That's how you keep moving when the path seems unclear or the world is against you. And here's something else. Discipline builds confidence. Because every time you force yourself to act, you prove something important to yourself. You're stronger than your excuses. You're tougher than your fears. You have the power to control your actions, your choices, your destiny. That confidence is unstoppable. It fuels the next step and the next. It becomes a cycle of empowerment, breaking down barriers and rewriting the story you tell yourself about what's possible. You might think, but I need motivation to start. I get it. We all want that rush, that fire, that inspiration. But you have to understand this. Motivation is a reward, not a prerequisite. Motivation comes after you act. When you force yourself to show up and grind, motivation is the byproduct of your effort. It's what comes when you prove to yourself that you can do hard things. So stop waiting, stop hoping, start forcing, because every second you hesitate is a second lost. If you want to win, you have to make discipline your weapon. You have to turn your mind into a machine that shows up every day and does the work. You have to say no to the voice that says, I'll start tomorrow. No to the excuse that says, I'm too tired. No to the fear that says, I'm not ready. Because those voices, they're the enemy of your dreams. They want to keep you small, comfortable, stuck. You have to be louder than them. You have to force yourself to act, even when you don't want to, because your future depends on it. There's no shortcut, no secret formula, just discipline, just commitment, just relentless action. When you force yourself, you create a momentum that nothing and no one can stop. That's how ordinary people become legends. That's how dreams become reality. So the question is, what are you waiting for? If not now, then when? The time to force yourself to take action is right now. No more excuses. No more delays. Because every moment you waste is a moment someone else is using to get ahead. Force yourself. Show up. Take action. The rest will follow. You ever notice how some people get stuck just thinking? They're caught up in the cycle of what ifs and should I's and maybe tomorrow. They're spinning in circles, running mental marathons that never lead anywhere. That's because clarity doesn't come from thinking more, it comes from doing more. You don't figure it all out before you start. You figure it out because you start. You don't wait for the path to be clear before you take the first step. You make the path clear by stepping on it. Too many people fall into the trap of overthinking. They want to plan every detail, analyze every outcome, and predict every possible failure before they lift a finger. It feels safer that way. Like if you think hard enough, you can avoid mistakes, avoid pain, avoid failure. But the truth is, overthinking is the enemy of progress. It's a form of procrastination dressed up as preparation. You sit in your mind, paralyzed by doubt, waiting for perfect conditions that... I'm here to tell you this, the moment you wait for clarity, you lose momentum. Waiting to feel 100% ready is a luxury the successful don't have. They don't wait for the lights to turn green, they make their own green lights. They take imperfect action, make adjustments on the move, and learn from what happens. You want to get clear? Then start. Take one step, no matter how small or shaky, and the next step will come. The clarity you need will reveal itself through movement. Think about when you learned to ride a bike. Did you stand there thinking about every turn, every balance shift, every fall? No, you got on that bike, you wobbled, you fell, you got up, and you tried again. You didn't wait for perfect balance or confidence. You learned by doing. That's how life works. You don't need the map laid out in front of you. You need the courage to start walking. And as you walk, the map starts to form. Taking action creates feedback. It's the real-time GPS that guides you. When you act, you see what works and what doesn't. You adjust your direction, your speed, your approach. Without action, you're flying blind, guessing in the dark. You think you need more information, but what you really need is experience. Experience only comes when you move. That's how you get unstuck. It's how you build momentum. There's a phrase I want you to remember. Clarity comes through action, not thought. Sitting and thinking without moving is like trying to drive a car by looking at the steering wheel and the gas pedal, but never putting your foot on the pedal. The car won't move. No matter how much you analyze it, you have to press down. You have to start. And when you do, the road opens up. Now, I know it's scary. I know you're afraid of failing or looking foolish or making the wrong choice. That fear is real. But here's the deal. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a green light that says, this is important, this is growth, this is progress. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who feel fear and act anyway. They don't wait for clarity to chase away fear. They use action to push fear aside. Sometimes you have to act blind. Sometimes you have to trust the process more than the plan, because plans change. Life throws curveballs. Conditions shift. If you wait for the perfect moment, you're waiting forever. But if you move, you create your own moment. You build your own conditions. You craft your own future. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to fail, because every step forward, even a wrong one, is progress. Every fall is a lesson. Every failure is a building block. The only failure is never trying. The only way to stay stuck is to sit and think and do nothing. You want to get clear? Then get moving. Take that first step. Write that first page. Make that first call. Start that project. Whatever it is, just start. The fog will lift as you walk through it. The answers will come while you're in motion. The path will appear under your feet when you stop standing still. Don't let analysis paralyze you. Don't let fear freeze you. Don't let perfectionism hold you hostage. Action is your cure. Movement is your medicine. Progress doesn't require perfect plans. It requires imperfect steps taken consistently. Remember, it's not about having all the answers before you begin. It's about being willing to learn and adjust as you go. It's about trusting yourself enough to start, even if you're not sure where the road leads. Because the only way to find your way is to take the first step and then the next. That's how clarity is born. That's how dreams turn into reality. So stop waiting to think your way to clarity. Start moving your way to clarity. The journey doesn't begin in your mind, it begins in your feet. Take that step, take the next, then keep taking one more. You want to grow? You want to level up? Then you've got to be ready to get uncomfortable. Real growth doesn't come from staying cozy and safe. It comes from stepping into the fire and letting it forge you into something stronger. The moment you start chasing your dreams, the moment you decide to rise above where you are, you're signing up for discomfort. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's the price you pay for transformation. Look, nobody ever became great by playing it safe. Nobody ever became legendary by sticking to what's easy or comfortable. Comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing ever grows there. If you want change, if you want progress, if you want breakthrough, you have to be willing to leave that zone behind. Because that zone, the place where you feel secure, where nothing challenges you, that's where dreams go to die. I know it's hard. I know when you start pushing yourself, your mind fights back. It throws up walls of doubt, fear, and excuses. It tells you to slow down, to quit, to take the easy road. That voice, it's loud, it's persistent, it's trying to protect you, but it's protecting the wrong thing, your comfort, not your potential. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. They don't listen to that voice. They feel the discomfort. They feel the pressure, and they push through anyway. You got to understand this. Pain and pressure aren't signs that you're on the wrong path. They're signs that you're on the right path. They're signals that you're stretching, growing, becoming more than you were yesterday. When you feel the burn, the ache, the stress, that's your body and mind adapting. It's reshaping you. It's making you ready for the next level. Think about the strongest people you know. What made them strong? Was it the days they felt good and easy? No. It was the days they pushed through when every fiber of their being wanted to quit. It was the nights they stayed up working while others slept. It was the mornings they got up before the sun, grinding while everyone else hit snooze. Strength is built in those moments of discomfort. Strength is born in the struggle. But here's the catch. You can't just endure discomfort. You have to embrace it. You have to welcome it like an old friend who knows the secrets to your future. You have to say, I know this hurts, but I'm willing to pay the price. I'm willing to feel the pain because I know what's on the other side is worth it. That's the mindset that separates the dreamers from the doers. When you force yourself to act despite fear, despite pain, despite uncertainty, you are rewriting your story. You are telling yourself and the world that you will not be defined by your struggles. You will be defined by how you respond to them. That response, that grit, that relentless push, that is what transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Don't get it twisted. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean being reckless. It means being intentional. It means understanding that growth is a process, and sometimes that process is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. It's the soil where success is planted and nurtured. The deeper the roots of your discomfort, the higher you can grow. And don't forget this, discomfort builds resilience. Every time you face what's hard and keep moving, you're training yourself to handle bigger challenges down the road. You're building a mental toughness that makes you unstoppable. You're creating a foundation that no obstacle can shake. When life pushes back, and it will, you won't crumble. You'll stand taller because you've already been through the fire. Most people avoid discomfort because they think it means they're broken or failing. But discomfort is the sign of growth, the sign you're alive, the sign you're making progress. When you feel that pressure, that unease, that's the universe telling you you're on the edge of something great. Don't back away, lean into it. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the secret weapon. Imagine if every time you felt pain or struggle, instead of quitting, you chose to push harder. Imagine if every fear you face became fuel to your fire instead of chains holding you back. What kind of life would you create? What kind of person would you become? It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be. The path to your dreams is paved with discomfort. But if you embrace it, if you force yourself to act, even when it hurts, even when you're scared, you'll find that discomfort loses its power over you. It becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. So when you feel the pressure, when you feel the pain, when your mind tells you to quit, remember why you started. Remember what you're fighting for. Remember that every step through discomfort is a step toward the life you want, the success you deserve. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the gateway. Step through it. Force yourself to embrace it and keep moving forward. You were born with a purpose. That's not just some feel-good phrase to make you smile. It's a fact. Every single one of us comes into this world with something unique to offer, something that only we can bring to the table. But here's the catch. Purpose doesn't come with a guarantee. It doesn't hand itself to you on a silver platter. Purpose demands responsibility. It demands that you own your life, your choices, your future. It demands that you stop making excuses and start making moves. Excuses are easy. They're comfortable. They let you stay stuck. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I don't have the right resources. I'm waiting for the right moment. Sound familiar? We've all been there. But here's the brutal truth. Excuses will never get you anywhere. They don't bring progress, they bring stagnation. They don't create opportunities, they close doors. Your destiny doesn't care about your excuses. Your destiny is waiting for your actions. If you want to change your life, you have to take responsibility for it. That means no more blaming circumstances, no more pointing fingers, no more waiting on someone else to save you. Your life is in your hands. The power is yours. It's up to you to decide whether you want to be a passenger or the driver of your journey. Responsibility means owning everything that comes your way, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It means recognizing that your failures are yours to learn from, your successes are yours to build on, and your choices shape the path you walk. When you accept this responsibility, you step into your power. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your future. Now, I know that can sound overwhelming. It's easier to blame someone else, to say the economy is bad, or my family situation is hard, or I didn't get the right breaks. But those are just stories we tell ourselves to avoid the hard work. Real growth comes when you stop telling stories and start telling the truth. Your truth. That truth is that you have the ability to act, to change, to fight for what you want. Destiny isn't a passive thing. It's not going to knock on your door. It's not going to come gift wrapped. Destiny is active. It's a challenge. It's a demand. It's waiting for you to show up with intention and fire. It's saying, what are you going to do with the time you've been given? How will you use the talents inside you? Will you rise or will you fall? Every moment you waste making excuses, every minute you spend doubting yourself is a moment lost. You can't get that time back. You can't rewind the clock. But you can choose what to do with the time you have right now. You can choose to stand up, to move forward, to take control. You can choose to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself the green light. Your purpose needs action to come alive. Dreams without action are just wishes. You have to fuel your purpose with relentless effort, with sacrifice, with the refusal to quit. When you accept responsibility, you're giving yourself permission to go after what you want. You're saying, I'm done waiting. I'm done hoping. I'm ready to work. And that's the moment everything changes. It's not going to be easy. The road to fulfilling your purpose is full of obstacles, setbacks, and moments when you want to give up. But responsibility means showing up anyway. It means being accountable to yourself, to your goals, to your dreams. It means that even when the world says no, you say yes. Even when fear tries to paralyze you, you move forward. Remember, your life is the result of your decisions. Not your circumstances, not your background, your decisions. Every choice you make shapes your destiny. If you want a better future, you have to start making better decisions today. Decisions to work harder, to learn more, to push further, to rise higher. No one is going to do this for you. Your destiny depends on you taking responsibility. It's your story, your fight, your legacy. When you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, you unlock a power inside you that nothing can stop. So here's the challenge. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for someone else to hand you success. Take the wheel. Drive your life with intention and purpose. Be the sign. Be the shift. Be the storm that changes everything. Your future is calling. It's waiting for your action. It's waiting for your responsibility. Step into it. Own it. Own your life. Own your destiny.